In royal circles, there exist many beautiful traditions that serve as little bridges connecting modernity with past eras. One of these traditions is the wearing of a special golden Connaught bracelet, a custom that has its roots in the history of European dynasties and continues to this day. Today, this ancient relic was seen on the young Princess Isabella of Denmark, who is preparing to celebrate her coming of age. On her left wrist, one can notice a detail familiar to the old European houses. It is precisely that very Connaught bracelet that has accompanied princesses and queens for several generations. It is interesting that this, at first glance, modest accessory came into existence many decades ago, and since then has served as a kind of talisman, a sign of belonging to an ancient lineage, as well as a reminder of great destinies. Family legend has it that similar bracelets first appeared among the daughters of the Duke and Duchess of Connaught, namely the daughters of Prince Arthur, who was the seventh son of Queen Victoria, and Princess Louise Margaret of Prussia. Their eldest daughter, Princess Margaret, was born in 1882 in one of the picturesque estates of the British Crown known as Bagshot Park. She was the granddaughter of the legendary Queen Victoria. Even as a child, Margaret, together with her sister Patricia, would proudly display these bracelets, which later became a symbol for her own descendants. Subsequently, fate led Margaret to Egypt, where she met the young Prince Gustav Adolf of Sweden. It is curious that, according to protocol, the prince was expected to show interest in Margaret's sister. However, the heart does not know the laws of etiquette. The young heir of the royal house chose Margaret, and soon the whole of Europe was abuzz with talk of how they defied courtly plans for the sake of love. In 1905, their wedding took place, and the celebrations were held at Windsor Castle, one of the key residences of the British royal family. Among the bridesmaids was the future Queen of Spain, Victoria Eugenie, which added extra sparkle and historical significance to the ceremony. However, not everything in royal life is so fairy tale-like. Margaret died in 1920 at the age of 38, yet the memory of her and her story continued to live on through her daughter Ingrid, the future Queen of Denmark, who inherited not only her mother's strong. Ingrid, who became the spouse of King Frederick IX, was extremely devoted to the family relic. It is said that she was the one who transformed this tradition into a lasting one. All the female members of the dynasty related by blood to Margaret of Connaught receive the bracelet on their 5th birthday and wear it on their left wrist. There is even an amusing family story. When Queen Anna Maria, who is the younger daughter of Ingrid, broke her Connaught bracelet, she confessed that she had never been so unhappy, and she immediately set about having it repaired. Today, the golden Connaught bracelets can be seen on Queen Margrethe II of Denmark, on her sister Princess Benedicte, on Queen Anna Maria of Greece, as well as on their daughters and granddaughters. Each of them carefully preserves and wears this delicate golden strip, which embodies familial continuity. The tradition has spread even further. The daughters of Princess Benedicta, namely Princess Alexandra and Princess Natalie, acquired their own bracelets, and later their children did the same. The Connaught bracelets are also a source of pride for Princess Maria Olympia, the daughter of the heir to the Greek throne Paul, and for the daughters of Princess Alexia of Greece, namely Arietta, Anna Maria. It is noteworthy that this list continues to grow, for every new generation also receives the right to experience this unique tradition. The bracelet itself is a very thin golden strip, open at one end and without additional decorations or gemstones. Despite its simplicity, it has acquired a role that is far more significant than its outward appearance might suggest. This ornament combines not only the precious metal and family memories, but also the history of old European lineages that, in different eras, were united or separated by matters of politics and dynastic marriages. Such relics are one of the elements that create a special atmosphere around royal families. In the 21st century, despite globalization, information technologies, and changes in the role of monarchies in society, the intricacies of etiquette, family traditions, and objects with their own history continue to capture the public interest. The Connaught bracelet is an excellent example, for it continues to accompany the female descendants of Queen Victoria, having become a kind of symbol that time moves on, eras change, and chapters in history books are rewritten, yet the unchanging family memory never disappears. That is why the appearance of Princess Isabella on new portraits with this relic could not have gone unnoticed. We hope that this young representative of the dynasty will be proud of her heritage and will continue to maintain a connection with her ancestors, just as her great-grandmother and all the other ladies of the royal lineage once did. This is the secret of the charm of royal relics. They remind us that not everything in royal families is based on protocol. The golden strip on the wrist is capable of linking several generations of a family with a thread that is delicate yet very strong. Even though today the new generations of princesses choose modern outfits, advanced gadgets, and frequently manage accounts on social networks, the presence of such a bracelet indicates that they do not forget their roots, their ancestors, and the interesting, sometimes tragic, but always majestic family history. Thus, this touching and at the same time majestic tradition continues. Having begun in the times of the Duke and Duchess of Connaught, it is not interrupted either by the changing of historical eras or even by the breaking of the bracelet itself, for there are always caring hands ready to repair it immediately. And even now, looking at the exquisite ornament on Princess Isabella's wrist, we seem to hear the echo of those great events and eras from which this tradition was born. It is a living memory of royal houses whose history is intertwined more closely than it might appear at first glance, and whose customs continue to astonish us even in our age of rapid changes and technological achievements.